Hello, friends. Welcome to Experts Talk Show. In this particular episode, I am inviting one of the best inspiring persons I have seen these days, and her name is Donna Sanson. She has been in sales for the past 35 years. Maybe I was not even in the school. So I have had an interaction with her through a networking meeting in a different context. But I immediately understood that she has incredible experience. She has gone through, worked with different companies, and she could able to raise hundreds of millions for her companies as a sales professional. Being a lady working for a sales department successfully, consistently for 35 years is not a joke. Only those who have the guts, who have the energy to implement what they strongly believe, and then create the value for the companies, create the value for the sales space, can do that. So I wholeheartedly invite Donna for this show. I am glad you are here. Thank you.
Thank you, Chandra. I'm so glad to be here. It's an honor, and I'm so glad that we connected. You have brought such insight and inspiration into my life, and we've been breathing new life into my sales career, which that's quite an achievement, because I listened to a lot of other sales professionals and teachers and coaches, and they're all important and everything, but you have really, I think we initially, when we talked, we had a real connection there as far as just philosophy of sales and philosophy of service and what we bring
Yes.
to the table. So I'm really, really happy to be here.
Thank you. Thank you very much. I was a little confused whether you would accept my invitation to be on the show because my audience are Telugu speaking audience, and some of them know English also. They follow English also. At the same time, I'm going to use this particular interview to inspire the people, even especially women, consistently being in the sales and consistently focusing on generating the revenue, irrespective of the color, caste, background, nationality, or whether you are a woman, man, or age. No matter
Mhm.
what it is, you still can do sales if you are willing to do. That's the inspiration I wanted to give it to the audience. So it will be shared both on the my YouTube channel and other social media where English audience also be there. So it's an international connection I am trying to build with the support of professionals like you. I am very glad that you are the one who accepted for this short call. And thank you so much. So let me know, you have 35 years of experience, right? What exactly triggered you to get into the sales? How did it happen?
Yeah. So, okay, early days now, I graduated from college, and I went to work for a company, and I sort of wasn't cut out to be kind of a corporate or that, I I I didn't really know, but I was really sort of an entrepreneur at heart.
Okay,
And I didn't
okay,
fully understand that back then. And so eventually, and it took about 3 years, I found, I really got in my stride. And
okay,
what that meant was I was in the I was in the fitness business at that time because I had
okay,
been a ballet dancer, and I loved working out, and I loved exercise, and I'm one of those crazy people that loves to do exercise.
yep,
But anyway, that's when the big aerobics uh, boom
mm,
hit in the early 80s. Well,
yep,
I went to work for a fitness center in Atlanta,
okay,
Georgia, where I'm from. And part of my role was teaching aerobics, but it was also selling memberships. So that's
yep,
how I got into sales. And I loved it because you can really change people's lives. You really make a difference for people. And I made a difference when I was teaching and personal training. And then I made a difference just bringing people into a world that many of them had never been in before. And I knew what that was going to do for them. So that's how I got started.
Wow, wow, wow. That was 35 years ago?
Well, it was actually almost 40 years ago.
Oh my goodness. Great. So some of the guys who started fitness programs with you might be they are in their they are in the midlife or more than midlife, right? In their retirement stage, still thinking of you because of you, they started fitness program maybe. They are healthy, right? That's
Well,
cool.
yeah, it was a long time ago, but I ended up
Yeah.
having my own fitness center for a while too, and that
Ah,
was great. I
super.
loved that. And
Okay.
but that's the thing is if you don't understand sales, you can't really it's hard to have your own business. You have to at least understand it. Even
Exactly.
if you hire salespeople, you have to understand sales and understand what salespeople need and what it requires to bring sales in. Um, so it served me
Exactly.
very well.
That's the great tip. Every business owner watching this video, please understand. Even though you hire a salesperson, you must understand the integrities of sales. So that you can actually understand what your sales guy is actually doing, why he's doing. Yeah, that awareness is really important. Thank you, Donna, for bringing that up. So, what is the most challenging sales experience that you had? Well, whatever the product or the service that you were selling in the entire career of the 40 years of your experience, what is the most challenging sales that you have done? And how did that went successfully turn it into a good revenue generation source?
So now I have, as far as the most challenging, now every sales professional at some point in their career goes into a slump. I mean,
Hmm,
it's like a professional
exactly.
athlete. It's like anything. Every sales professional goes into a slump at some point. That is
Hmm.
not fun because when your income
It
and
drops
to a
down.
degree your self-esteem, I mean, you don't want all of your self-worth to be wrapped up in your career, but inevitably
Hmm,
that is your achievement, right? So it's very our human nature makes it so
hmm,
that our minds just start going crazy, and we just feel like we're not good anymore. We've lost the edge, we've lost whatever. And so
correct.
it's challenging to get through that, but that's why I love just that I've had. I mean, it's possible to go through it out and oh, guide you and help you, mindset wise and also skill wise, to help you through those inevitable slumps that you get. The other
Well,
thing that I would say to that too is, as far as a challenge, I was on an offer once. I was working with a company, and there was nothing wrong with the company at all. I mean, great people and everything, but the actual offer itself, the actual service, it just wasn't something that I resonated with. I didn't have that. I didn't have
yeah,
that heart
of
for it.
selling it.
And so I wasn't as successful. And I learned I always tell people I'm not someone that can, we have a saying over here, oh yeah, that's a great salesperson. They could sell ice to the Eskimos, meaning,
Yeah,
they could sell something to
that's
somebody that
true.
doesn't even need it, right? I'm
That's
not that
true.
person. I'm not that person. I have to really be involved emotionally and intellectually and everything with a service or product. And then not only do I perform well, but I'm happy. It gives me great joy.
Yep.
So anyway, that only happened for a brief period of time, and then I moved on because I knew that it just wasn't ever going to produce for me. And so So I have to be involved with companies and businesses that I really enjoy and really love the actual product or service.
Yeah. I really like the way that you put into this context. I actually asked for what is the challenging sale, how you did it. You really brought very core of how a salesperson's life goes ups and downs with the different challenging scenarios, and how self-esteem may be dropped in because inevitably we end up comparing our self-esteem. Look at the scale of self-esteem goes ups and downs based on the results that we get on. Then quarter by quarter, how we are improving or not able to perform up to the mark, and all that stuff goes in the mind. But when we align with our true nature of our being, with the sales that we are doing, that product or service matches with ourselves, that will become an incredible opportunity to work with, irrespective of the challenges. So we should not worry about what is the actual challenge in the sales. Rather, we should focus on how we can, are we aligned to that, and then do it. Then it automatically becomes, challenge becomes a, yes, it's a challenge, I have to do that. Instead of challenge becomes a roadblock, right? Yep, great.
Right, right. So, Chandra, were you asking? I may have just misunderstood the question, but it's still, points well taken that, and you meant what you added to that. But were you asking me, sort of what was the most challenging, like an
Any
individual
sales
sale?
specific example? Yeah, any
Yeah.
specific example if you can add, that will be really good. Yeah, that was I mean
Well,
to. Yeah, that's
yeah,
okay.
sure, sure. Well, I've had plenty of them over the years. You know, there have been, there are times when you just don't connect with the other
Mm,
person. You
yeah.
try. Part of our job as a sales professional is to create a rapport, create trust, to create, you want them to know, like, and trust you, your
Yes.
company, and you as a sales professional, right? As someone that is there trying to help them, because especially when that is truly your heart, you're there trying to help them. There are some people that, for whatever reason, maybe you look like their, ex-wife who, or
Okay.
maybe they
Somebody
are.
from some other country, some other alien body. Yeah.
Right, right. Maybe they truly are in a bad place in their life. And I've been there too.
Got it.
We've all been places where we've been
Have
disrespectful or
our
ugly to
own,
someone,
yes,
and that's not really us, but life can do
goes
that
like
sometimes.
that. Yeah, yeah, yeah.
And so anyway, those types of situations are very, very difficult. And there have been times in those situations where, just through patience and a genuine love, if you will, a genuine caring, that I've been able to turn those people around and help them move forward. Sometimes it's a process. It's not a one call close, it's a process.
Yes.
There are other times when that has not happened at all. I've had people hang up on me. I've had people get, like, violent,
Yeah.
and you just never know. So you do the best you can, being compassionate, but also being firm in your purpose, right?
Mm,
And you win some and you lose some.
yes. Yep. And then even when we lose, that gives an indication for learning too. Yep.
Yes. Yes, absolutely. Absolutely. There's always something you could have done better. We're never perfect as
Yeah.
sales professionals.
Yeah. I really like that. So, in the sales career that you have gone to different industries, and then you have sold different products and services, and you are in remote sales for a long time. And many of those people who wanted to work in sales, some people not even aware that there is something called remote sales. That means we can work from home. after Corona, people are trying to understand remote sales. Is there anything called remote sales? Work from home sales. They are searching in the Google. Okay. And
Yes, they
when we
are.
search that, when we do, when people who are already bored with the visits to different locations, working in the terrains, going to the door to door, office to office, B2B sales or B2C sales, whatever it is, or phone sales, going to the office and making phone calls, all those people who they have some experience in uh, uh, general sales and they wanted to work from home through the remote sales. For those people who wanted to work from as a remote sales professional, you have seen remote sales from long years.
Yes, yes.
Not even those, some of the remote sales experts are maybe not even understand what is the remote sales when you actually started your career. And maybe people might have gone into different industries and then earned high ticket sales, earned a high revenue. But what I want you to share your experiences, how remote sales has been changing. Is there any trend that you have seen, any industry within the remote sales or overall remote sales? And what do you think a person who wants to get into remote sales should understand?
Boy, that's a great question. When we talk about remote sales, right? In today's world, we are talking about working from home
Yep,
and everything. However, it my very first, we used to call it phone sales,
yep,
not remote sales, but phone sales,
exactly,
because
exactly.
my first experience with phone sales was oh gosh, 25 years ago. And
God,
I was working for a really great company, and we sold a communication system, an inter-office communication system for dentists, for dental offices. And so my background, of course, had been in fitness, and people would come to my gym, right? They would come in and it was face to face and it was right there. So now and I did go to an office at this time because this was before anybody worked. This was before we
yep,
had computers.
yeah, yeah,
Or,
yeah, that's true.
so I would go to the office, but I would talk to people all over the country, all over the
Mm,
United States during the course of my
mm,
day. So
yep,
I learned phone sales. I learned how to engage someone without being right there in front of them, right?
right,
And how
right.
to talk with someone and how to, of course, I learned the specifics of the business, but it was great. I loved it. I absolutely loved it because you could really get a lot done during the course of the day. So anyway, that was my first experience with phone sales. So then fast forward now we are with
We got
remote sales.
computers, we got
And it's
Zoom, we got videos,
yeah,
everything. Yeah,
I know it's fantastic. I mean, I love working from home. It now the difference is, and this is important for people to understand, because
yep,
a lot of people think, oh yeah, I'm going to work from home. I don't have to get in traffic to drive to an office. I get to set my own hours more or less. Oftentimes, sometimes you can, sometimes you can't. Um, I don't have to, I've got all my food here. I don't have to. Anyway, there's a lot of really great things about it. However, in order to be effective, you certainly have to be disciplined. You have to be
mm,
disciplined. You have to do your work.
yep,
And also you have to be comfortable being by yourself a lot.
exactly. Yeah.
And not everyone is. Not everyone is. It can
Mm.
get really lonely. Like today is Friday that we're talking about this, and I've been in my house all week with my remote sales. When you and I get off of this call, I'm out of here. I am leaving my house. I'm going outside. I am going
Right.
to
You are
You
going
know,
to
I need to
boating.
be with people, I need to interact, I need to be outside. And so,
Last
but
time, immediately after our call, you were going to boating. I remember.
yeah, oh, that's right. That's right.
I
Because it
was
was on
so
a Saturday.
inspired by that. Yeah.
I can't believe, yes, yes, because I live at the beach. So it's a little, it's overcast and a little chilly today.
Yes.
So no
Yes.
boating today. But I am going to go over to the beach. I'm going to bundle up and I'm going to go over to the beach and just take a walk and, you know, just hang out
Awesome.
and everything. But I just mean that I'm very happy. I enjoy working on my own. I enjoy I really enjoy being by myself. I get a lot accomplished, you know, and all that kind of thing. But I think it's important for people to really take a good look at themselves and understand where their strengths are and where they are, where you have to be where you're going to thrive. And not everyone thrives in remote sales.
Mhm. Yep. So they have to be disciplined to thrive, and they have to understand their what exactly they wanted to do, and what kind of companies or offers they wanted to work with, right? Got it.
Mhm.
So um, when it comes to people, especially business owners, to create a better sales teams, better sales people, what do you suggest to the business owners? This is something that is very important that I feel I can ask you, because you work with different business owners, right?
Yes, and I've
So
been a business owner.
you have
So
been yourself.
I've been
Yeah.
on both sides, you
Yeah.
know, and I have done
Yeah.
consulting. I've done consulting for sales consulting for businesses,
Yep.
mostly for gyms, fitness centers and
Yep.
gyms that uh, on how to develop a sales team and how to organize a sales team and memberships and that sort of thing. So yes,
From
I
that perspective, please share the what a business owner can create so that it will be a seamless sales organization. Yep.
and you just said the right word, seamless. Sales professionals are, first of all, they hate paperwork.
Okay.
They they don't want to get bogged down with administrative details. Some of that is essential. I'm a business owner. I understand that you have to have a CRM, you have to have data, you have to know where your marketing budget is going. You have to know those things.
Yes.
But you you cannot load your salespeople down with that kind of thing. You have to
Yeah.
make it very simple and very easy, and then have another person,
Who
maybe a
can
team,
help
but at
that?
least another that can help them and take that data simply and then translate it into the data that you need in order to run your business. And
Awesome.
so that's one of the things that is super important. I've been on both sides of that, and
Yeah.
I've worked with companies where I have just felt overwhelmed with the paperwork and the administrative. When I say paperwork, now it's on a computer, but you know what I mean, the administrative stuff.
Yeah.
And and then I've worked for with companies and including my own where it was minimal and you can get it done quickly and it's easy and you don't get distracted with it. So that's one thing is a business owner, even if if a business owner is hiring their first sales person to work with them, before they hire the salesperson, they need to have a little process involved in uh, installed, a
At least
little process.
basic sales process they should know, and
Right.
then they should have a clarity about how it is going
Clarity.
to,
Yes.
right?
Yes. It's frustrating for a salesperson to go into a company where it's not organized.
Yes.
It it in general, these are all generalities, but in general, that's really true. They want to know, you know, when they log in every day,
Yeah.
they've got their calls, they've got their script, they got the process, they understand the product inside and out. So that takes some training up front, really concise, good training. And then they have to know, okay, when I make a sale, this is how the paperwork goes. This is, I do this, I do this, I do this, and it's done. And the person, the client is in, then the next step takes over, whatever. And then and really set it up so that it is organized. And that's where that's not fun to do as a business owner. That's not fun to do. Sometimes you have to hire a consultant to help you do it. But the worst thing that you can do, because you'll have a lot of turnover, is if it's just kind of chaotic. And I'm sure there are a lot of people listening to this that think, well, no, it would never be chaotic. Oh, yes, it can be chaotic. I've seen it. And it's just, oh my gosh, it just takes the life out of you as a salesperson. Wondering if the payment's going to go through because your payment gateway isn't good. Wondering if when the payment does go through, are they going to get the follow-up emails? Are they going to get, is that client going to be taken care of, right? Immediately, right?
Yes.
Those types of things, but also really good training on the product. Not just a,
sharing
here's
the
our
information,
website.
just like that. Watch my website, watch my channel, and go through my 3 PDFs. You will know everything about my company. It should not be the case. Awesome. Great. So what 3 most characteristics that you have seen? I asked a question about business owner side from sales person's perspective, the professional perspective. What 3 most effective characteristics or the skills or whatever, whether it is a knowledge or a skill or a trait, the 3 things that defines a best salesperson versus an average? What makes them best performer, rock stars?
Yeah, and
Like
it's
you.
funny, Chandra. Well, no, I mean, that's the $65 million question. That's what we're all searching for, is what every day, you listen to a trainer, you listen to a sales coach, you listen to somebody on you, all
So
great
based
people.
on your experience,
so
come with 3
we're
things.
trying to find that recipe. We're trying to find it.
Only 3
But
minutes to go. So
I think, in my opinion and in my experience, I think number one, that an excellent sales professional truly cares about the business that they are working with and the clients, the prospective clients. Truly cares about them. I think that in and of itself covers a lot of inexperience, covers a lot of things, that skills that you will develop. Somebody brand new to sales, if they've got that, they're going to do great. They're going to do great.
Yes.
Now, I mean, in most offers, there are some offers that are a bit more complicated that require, but I think if you have that, it's great. The other thing is you do have to be, you have to have a tender heart and thick skin. You do have to be thick-skinned, because you get told no a lot. And you can't let that, affect you. You can't let that mean that you're not. And seasoned salespeople are going to go, yeah, Donna, we know that. But we all have to remind ourselves of that. But certainly people starting out, you have to have that ability to understand that there's going to be some no's, but and to be thick-skinned and tenderhearted. Then the third thing is, really and truly, I think one of the keys is really understanding that objections are part of your sales call. It's not, okay, I've finished my presentation and now they should say, yes, I'm in, but oh gosh, now there's objections. And the objections is like this separate thing.
You nailed it. 3 things.
The entire call. It's part of your call.
Yes.
99% of the time, there's always
process.
those. Yeah. And so if you get that, and if you think of your script or your process, that you start with your introduction and your rapport, and you go through some discovery and you ask questions and everything, and you present your offer, and then it
Perfect.
just goes right into object. They're going to say this, they're going to say that. And if you just get that,
Then everything
it'll be
will
so much more
automatically
effective.
easy. Superb. You said care for the company that they are working, care for their customers and themselves. It's a mutual growth, mutual benefit. And second thing is tender heart and thick skin, because you listen a lot of no's. That's really fantastic. And objection handling is part of the life. So salespeople, so thank you very much, Donna, for being on this show. I am really glad. Look forward to catch up again. And thank you very much for all the visitors who watch this video. I wish if you have any questions, I will share the links. If Donna permits, I will share her social media links too, and you can be in touch. Thank you so much. Have a great day.
Thank you, Chandra.
Thank you.